What's good? This is Trey. Welcome to this presentation. Today, I want to talk about one of the qualities you want to demonstrate when you're interacting with women. It's a very attractive quality because most men are not demonstrating this quality. And it's very powerful, it's very effective. It actually shows a lot of strength because it's very difficult to do this. And it's the ability to communicate from a place of unconditional love. That means you are spreading the frequency, the energy, the feeling of love, and you're not placing any conditions or judgment on what needs to happen for you to express that love. You are expressing that love from a proactive place. You're expressing that love from a grounded and masculine place because you are assertive. You're assertive in that communication of love. It's not a reaction. You see what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, she did that, so now I'm going to communicate from a place of love. No, you're communicating from a place of love regardless of what she's saying or doing. So that is unconditional love. Now, we all want to feel love, right? We all want to feel love. A lot of what we do throughout our days is to experience love. Okay, it's to experience that we matter, to have an experience that we matter or that we are good enough, right? And so when you communicate from a place of unconditional love, what it shows to the woman, it shows that you are grounded in your masculinity because you are not at the effect of what she's doing or what's going on in the environment. You have just made a conscious decision that you're going to communicate from a place of love no matter what happens, right? And another thing that happens when you communicate from a place of unconditional love, truly, there is no fear in unconditional love because essentially you're saying you are at full acceptance of anything that can happen within the interaction, right? So you're not fearing anything. If you were fearing something, you would not be able to communicate from a place of unconditional love, right? Because there's some condition based on how you're gonna communicate love. So for example, if you feel like you're gonna get rejected, then you may not communicate from a place of love because you're afraid of rejection. And the condition is you will only communicate from a place of love if she doesn't reject you or if there is no potential of you getting rejected. So you see that love is condition based if we look at it that way. But if you just drop the idea that you need to get the girl, the idea that she needs to communicate a certain type of way, the idea that things need to go a certain type of way, what happens now? You have basically come to a place of full acceptance, and now you can communicate with unconditional love. So the reason I'm speaking on this is because I actually went out today and I was applying this and I saw how powerful it is in the sense that the interactions I had with women tend to go really well when I communicate from a place of unconditional love. And it doesn't mean I'm unconditionally just loving the woman. I'm unconditionally loving myself, unconditionally loving the woman, unconditionally loving life, unconditionally loving the experience of life, unconditionally loving everything in the environment, completely present to the moment, not filtering my communication, at full acceptance. Guess what? When you are present to the moment, you allow the woman to be present to the moment. And that is a great experience. We all want to be present to the moment. We want to get out of our heads, stop focusing on the future and the past. We want to be in the present. And when you create that container of energy for a woman where she can be present to the moment, you give her experience that most men cannot give her. um, and that is attractive. Okay, so you have unconditional love, and then you also have other emotions you can communicate from. For example, you can communicate from a place of fear. If you care too much about the woman's opinion, if you care too much about the outcome, if you care too much about certain things needing to happen, you are going to repel people, because they're going to feel the resistance. The energy is not going to flow, and it's a turnoff for women. When they feel some resistance or like jerky energy where it's not grounded and it's not just flowing, it makes her feel weird. It makes her feel uncomfortable. And guess what? She's going to find a way to get out of the conversation. But when you communicate from a place of unconditional love, I'm not saying you're going to get every woman, but a lot of your interactions are going to go a lot better, because you're putting out an energy, you're putting out a feeling that we want, that most people want, right? Women want to feel love, right? A lot of times a woman will, if a man is demonstrating that he's willing to give her love, she will submit to that man in certain ways if she feels real, true, genuine love, because she may not be getting it from other people. So this is one way you can stand out from the competition, is your ability to give love. But it must come from a place of strength, right? You still have to demonstrate survival. You still have to, do these other things I talk about. You have to be a grounded, masculine man, okay? You have to be authentic in your expression, which that should come naturally from communicating from a place of unconditional love. You have to lead, okay? You have to be confident and allow your personality to come out and flow in the interaction. But I'm just giving you this other element to it. Unconditional love. If you've been doing all the other things I talk about, add this to it, see what happens. Focus on unconditional love. And as I said, it's not just about unconditionally loving the woman, it's unconditional love in general. Unconditional love for yourself, unconditional love for existence, for the experience of life, for everyone around you, for the whole environment. Okay? It's just you being at full acceptance. And what does that lead to? That leads to you becoming present to the moment, which is, we all want to be present to the moment. Okay, as I said, nobody wants to be stuck in their head. Nobody wants to be overthinking and worrying about the past and worrying about the future. So if you can demonstrate unconditional love, what happens? People drop their guard. They see, oh, this person is not judging me. This person is not trying to be something they're not. This person is not, resisting anything. So what happens? She's going to open up. She's going to relax. She's going to allow things to happen how they need to happen. She's going to allow, if attraction is flowing, she's going to allow the attraction to flow. But when she sees that you have certain conditions to how you interact and sees you reacting to her and you're not really coming from a place of grounded masculinity as I speak, she sees weakness in that. All right, so this is something you can add more flavor. It's a lot of flavor if you can add this to your communication, to your vibe, unconditional love. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you become a little pussy or anything like that. Don't misinterpret what I'm saying here. Okay, you can demonstrate unconditional love and it can be a very powerful thing. Right now I'm communicating from a place of unconditional love. And I don't think I'm coming off as a pussy. I hope not. That's not what I'm saying here. It's actually very difficult to communicate from a place of unconditional love. And all it means is that you have no resistance to anything, right? If somebody comes on this video and says, fuck you, Trey, I'm going to still, just communicate from a place of love. I'm not going to all of a sudden be like, oh, fuck you too, man. You see what I'm saying? You just stay grounded in who you are no matter what happens. And so the woman, when you're communicating, she's going to test to see if it's bullshit. She's going to say certain things to you that may trigger you. And if you get triggered, then she's going to see, oh, no, he's not as grounded as he's trying to be here. He's not really able to communicate from a place of unconditional love. He has conditions, right? He's reactive. I can get him off of his, out of his frame. I can break his frame. I can get him shaky and out of his grounded masculine presence, right? So that's weakness. That's going to, distort the attraction. So it takes practice. This is not an overnight thing. Getting to a place of unconditional love is not easy. First, it starts by unconditionally loving yourself. With that's not easy either. You have to learn. You have to realize that you are perfectly imperfect, meaning you are good enough as you are. Of course, we want to keep evolving and becoming greater, but you are good enough as you are. It starts there. Unconditional love starts there. Then it starts with you finding ways to just love and appreciate life and all in its entirety. Seeing the big picture. Everything happens for a reason. The yin and the yang. You need the left and the right. You need the up and the down. You need everything in order to make the world the way it needs to be. So you learn to just love everything. Okay, and as I said, it's more, when I speak of it, it's more like just a deep acceptance for everything, a deep gratitude for everything, and you allow yourself to grow and evolve. Allow yourself to have these experiences of life. Drop your fears, drop your resistance. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to resist. There's nothing. I don't believe there's anything in life that we can't handle if we have the right perspective. If we see things from a place of love, you always have the choice on how you respond to things. Anything can happen. Look, just because you communicate with unconditional love, I'm not saying you're not going to get rejected. You are, but you're going to respond to rejection differently. You're just going to still have love because you just see it as a part of life. There needs to be no for you to appreciate yes. There needs to be yes for you to know, for there to be a no. There needs to be a left for there to be a right. These things need to be there, or else, life wouldn't be what it is. It wouldn't be so interesting. It wouldn't be, imagine if every girl said yes to you. Every girl you approach said yes to you. What would be the value of a yes if everything was a yes? If everything was easy, what would be the value of anything? It's when you have to go through something, when you have to put in work and overcome challenges and then come out victorious. That's what makes it so great. So the advice is to apply unconditional love to your communication with women, and I believe you will get better interactions. You'll become more attractive, as I have applied this personally, and I've seen what it does. So go ahead and give it a try. If you're a man watching this, join the Masculine Throne. The Masculine Throne is all about becoming more grounded in your masculinity, more authentic in your expression, more of a leader, understanding female nature more, understanding how to be the best version of yourself, understanding how to tap into different versions, variations of masculinity, like the king, like the warrior, like the magician, like the lover, like the beast, and how to channel that energy into wealth creation, power cultivation, and attracting quality relationships. I'll drop a link to the group in the comment section, and I'll see you inside. Peace.